These are traditions, not moral failings. Spending life savings on a funeral may seem irresponsible to us, but for Malagasy families, it's the ultimate act of love. When you hear Madagascar, you might picture dancing lemurs and towering baobab trees, swaying gently in the breeze. But this island is far more than a nature documentary or a scene from an animated movie. Scientists often refer to it as the eighth continent due to its unique biodiversity, a treasure trove of life found nowhere else on Earth. Yet, its human story is just as remarkable, woven with rich cultural tapestries. Beyond the postcard-perfect images lies a world deeply shaped by ancient traditions and modern struggles, a land where history and the present collide. Here, beliefs and customs can seem strange, even shocking to outsiders, yet they are the heartbeat of Malagasy life. Some have even called Madagascar the most sinful country on Earth, a label that invites curiosity and misunderstanding. But is it truly sinful, or simply misunderstood by those who view it through a different lens? Imagine a place where the dead are still considered part of the family, where ancestors are celebrated and remembered. In this land, cattle raiding is not just a crime but a rite of passage, a tradition steeped in history. Taboos or fadi shape daily life, guiding actions and decisions in ways that might seem unusual to outsiders. This is the reality for millions of Malagasy people, living lives rich in culture and community. To truly understand Madagascar, you must set aside your assumptions and open your heart to listen and learn. We'll meet the people, witness their vibrant rituals, and strive to understand the logic and love behind their actions. This journey isn't about judging, it's about understanding and embracing differences. We're peeling back the layers to reveal a place far more fascinating and human than any animated film could portray. Let's look beyond the surface and discover the real Madagascar, a land of wonder and warmth. Let's begin this journey together. Let's tackle that label, the most sinful country. It's not official, just a perception from outsiders, often rooted in misunderstanding. Malagasy practices like ancestor worship or cattle raiding can look like sins through a Western lens. But these are traditions, not moral failings. Spending life savings on a funeral may seem irresponsible to us, but for Malagasy families, it's the ultimate act of love. What's called sin is often a clash of worldviews. In Madagascar, these acts are seen as necessary, traditional, and honorable. The line between sacred and profane is drawn differently here. To understand, we must stop thinking in terms of sin and start thinking in terms of culture and survival. The sinful label is a sensational oversimplification. Madagascar is complex, not immoral. Let's look deeper. In Madagascar, family ties don't end with death. They grow even stronger, weaving the living and the departed into a single, unbroken chain that stretches across generations. Ancestors are seen not just as memories but as powerful guides, shaping daily life, offering wisdom, and influencing important decisions from the shadows. This deep belief comes alive in the Famadihana, or turning of the bones, a unique tradition found nowhere else in the world. Every few years, families gather to open ancestral tombs, lovingly rewrap the bodies in fresh cloth, and celebrate with vibrant music, energetic dance, and heartfelt laughter. To outsiders, it may seem macabre or even strange, but for Malagasy families, it's a joyful reunion. A chance to reconnect, share stories, and honor those who came before. It's their way of saying, you are still part of us. Your spirit lives on in our hearts and homes. Families often spend huge sums on these ceremonies, sometimes even going into debt, because honoring ancestors is considered the highest duty and a sacred responsibility. Everyday life is filled with gestures to the dead, pouring rum on the ground as an offering, consulting diviners for ancestral advice, and making regular offerings at family tombs. The ancestors' presence is constant, shaping choices, guiding traditions, and providing a sense of protection and belonging. This isn't sin or superstition, it's a worldview where the living and the dead are forever connected, each depending on the other for strength and guidance. The Famadihana is not about death, but about love, joy, and the continuity of family, a celebration of bonds that time cannot break. In Madagascar, family is truly forever, with every generation holding hands across the divide of time. The dead are never forgotten, their names are spoken, their stories retold, and their memory cherished in every family gathering. Their influence is felt in every aspect of life, From the way homes are built, to the way children are named and raised. This is the heart of Malagasy spirituality, a living connection that endures unbroken through the ages. In southern Madagascar, the zebu is everything: wealth, status, and spiritual link. Owning zebu defines a man's place in society. They're used for farming, marriage, and ancestor rituals. This value gave rise to cattle raiding, a traditional rite of passage, not just theft. Young men once proved their bravery by stealing zebu, earning respect and the right to marry. Today, this tradition has turned violent with organized gangs and deadly clashes. What began as a test of manhood is now a national crisis. Still, zebu remains central to identity and family honor. Their horns decorate tombs, marking devotion and status. To call a raider a simple thief ignores centuries of tradition. The story of zebu is the story of Malagasy culture, complex, evolving, and deeply meaningful. Daily life in Madagascar is shaped by fady, ancestral taboos that govern everything. These aren't laws, but powerful local rules. Don't point at tombs, don't wear red on Tuesdays, don't work on certain days. Breaking fady is believed to bring misfortune, angering ancestors or spirits. Fady vary from village to village, even family to family. Some are harmless, others have tragic consequences, like the old taboo against raising twins. While now illegal, the stigma can still linger in remote areas. For outsiders, fady may seem illogical, but for Malagasy people, they provide order and spiritual safety. Fady are a way to honor the past and maintain harmony with the unseen world. They shape what you eat, where you go, and how you live. Tradition holds immense power here. Fady are both a guide and a challenge. They show how deeply belief shapes daily life. In Madagascar, the invisible rules are everywhere. Life in Madagascar is tough. Poverty is widespread and basic services are scarce, but everywhere you see ingenuity and resilience. Nothing is wasted. Old tires become sandals, tin cans become toys or tools. Markets are filled with artisans turning scrap into art, mechanics keeping ancient cars running with handmade parts. This creativity is born from necessity and passed down through generations. People find inventive ways to earn a living, from selling single cigarettes to weighing passers-by for a fee. Farmers use ancient techniques to grow rice on terraced hillsides, guided by the sun and stars. The struggle is real, but so is the spirit of solidarity and mutual support. Neighbors help each other. Communities build schools and roads together. In the absence of government aid, people rely on each other. This sense of community is Madagascar's greatest asset. Ingenuity is survival here. It's a source of pride and identity. Spend time in Madagascar and you'll hear mora mora, slowly, gently. It's more than a phrase, it's a way of life. Buses leave when full, meetings start when everyone arrives. For outsiders, this can be frustrating, but for Malagasy people, it's natural. Time is cyclical, not rushed. Seasons, ancestors, and daily life flow together. Mora mora isn't laziness, it's patience and acceptance. People work hard, but don't let the clock dictate their pace. This philosophy values human connection over deadlines, but it can also slow progress, making change difficult. Mora mora is both calming and at times an obstacle. It's a double-edged sword, offering serenity, but sometimes holding the country back. Still, it's a defining trait of Madagascar. Life unfolds at its own pace. Mora mora is the island's heartbeat. Madagascar is a land of contrasts. Lush rainforests beside spiny deserts, rare wildlife next to environmental devastation. Forests are burned for survival, not greed. In cities, luxury and poverty exist side by side. The country is rich in resources, but most people remain poor. Natural wealth rarely benefits the average Malagasy, lost to corruption and exploitation. Life here is a mix of beauty and hardship. Children grow up among wonders yet face hunger. Families celebrate spiritual traditions but may go into debt to do so. Choices are rarely simple. Survival often means sacrifice. It's easy to judge from afar, but the reality is complex. The spiritual and material, the past and present, are always intertwined. In Madagascar, beauty and struggle are inseparable. Is Madagascar the most sinful country? This question, often whispered by outsiders, reveals more about our own misunderstandings than about the island itself. That label couldn't be further from the truth. Madagascar is a land where joy and hardship walk hand in hand, and where the people's spirit shines through even the toughest times. What outsiders call sin is often tradition, resilience, and adaptation. Here, customs are not just old habits. They are the threads that hold families and communities together, passed down through generations. Ancestor worship is enduring family love. It's a way of keeping the past alive, of honoring those who came before, and seeking their guidance in daily life. Cattle raiding began as a rite of passage, not simple theft. It was a test of bravery and skill, a tradition rooted in survival and respect for the herd, not in malice. Mora Mora is wisdom, not laziness. This gentle pace of life teaches patience, mindfulness, and the importance of savoring each moment, even when life is uncertain. To understand Madagascar, we must look past our own definitions of right and wrong. We must open our minds to a culture shaped by centuries of isolation, adaptation, and creativity. The real story is one of faith, ingenuity, and deep connection to both the seen and unseen world. Spirituality here is woven into daily life, guiding choices and offering comfort. The soul of Madagascar is found in its people's warmth, their sense of community, and their creativity. It's in the laughter of children, the shared meals, and the hands that work together. It's in the celebrations that honor both the living and the dead, where music, dance, and color fill the air, and everyone is welcome to join. Madagascar challenges and captivates, forcing us to question our assumptions. It invites us to see the world through new eyes, to appreciate difference rather than judge it. It reminds us there are many ways to live a meaningful life. Wisdom is not always loud, sometimes it's found in quiet moments and shared stories. This island is not a cartoon paradise or a sinful land, it's a place of complexity and humanity. Its beauty is real, but so are its challenges. Its people are simply doing their best to survive and honor their past in a world of breathtaking beauty and hardship. In every sunrise and every struggle, the true soul of Madagascar endures.